Have you been thinking about getting a performance sedan? Have you considered an EV? These days, performance EVs can leave many gas-powered performance vehicles in the dust. The Polestar 2 with a performance upgrade is no exception. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford, and today we're talking about this 2022 Polestar 2 dual motor with the performance upgrade. Let's dive in. The Polestar brand is a spin-off of Volvo. Polestar was kind of like Volvo's equivalent of like AMG or S or M for BMW, S for Audi. But now it's been completely spun off into its own brand, and it's even has a publicly traded stock. It still has roots and connections to Volvo, but now it's its own performance EV line, exclusively EVs. And EVs tend to perform really well, so an EV with the Polestar name is definitely worthy of that heritage of the Polestar name, especially with the performance upgrade. The first thing you'll see with the performance upgrade is you get a more aggressive wheel and tire package. You have these larger Brembo front brake calipers. What you don't see is you get more horsepower. The regular Polestar dual motor makes a little over 400 horsepower, but when you upgrade to the performance, when you get the performance upgrade, that bumps it all the way up to 470 horsepower. This thing's gonna leave a lot of vehicles in the dust. And on top of that, it's gonna save you money on maintenance, and with electricity versus gas, you're gonna save even more money. Since we don't have an engine up here, we have a frunk, which gives you more cargo space. You also have a larger crumple zone with no engine here, so that makes it a lot safer in frontal collisions. Another feature you don't see of the performance add-on is a adjustable Öhlins suspension. This Öhlins is known to make suspensions on many high-performance motorcycles and cars. It further adds to the enhanced handling and performance of this Polestar. It is so much fun to drive, and is also really nice to look at. The Polestar 2 is kind of like a mix between a Model 3 and a Model Y, some of its closest competitors. It's bigger than the Model 3, it's smaller than the Model Y, so it's kind of in between. It kind of blurs the lines. Is it a sedan? Is it a crossover? It's kind of a little bit of both, and I'll tell you why. First off, let's talk about the front seats and the accommodations. This has this nice textile cloth interior. The performance upgrade gets these cool seat belts with making a cool contrasting looking color. Nice premium interior of very nice materials. This has a pilot package as well, which gives you some awesome driver's assistance features. You can see that we have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, driver alert, so if you get sleepy, it'll say, hey, maybe you need to pull over and take a rest. Roadside recognition, collision avoidance, blind spot warning. Fantastic infotainment system that is actually powered by Google. Google is providing software to operate vehicles' infotainment systems and navigation systems. That's the thing with car companies, is car companies are great at making the mechanical bits, but being a tech company is not always in the wheelhouse of car companies. So we've seen car companies try to make their own infotainment software, and as cars pretty much turn into computers on wheels like this Polestar, we have the big guys like Google coming in to offer much better features. You can watch YouTube, obviously not while you're driving. We have these really cool Google Maps. You have a Google Assistant. Google is the king of maps, so having a Google Maps in your navigation system is a real game changer. Fantastic parking cameras. You can hit this button as well for a 360 composite view all around us. This one has pretty low miles, only 15,572 miles. Nice leather up steering wheel, feels wonderful in your hands. Nice comfortable accommodations on in the rear, making this a very practical family vehicle. Lots of legroom, lots of headroom, nice place to be. And this is where I talk about it blurring the lines between sedan and crossover SUV. If we hit this little button underneath the bumper, we have a power rear liftgate. So at glance, it looks like a sedan profile, but it's actually a liftback. A little bit higher ride height, a little bit more headroom than you'd find probably in the Model 3, a little bit smaller than the Model Y. You can fold down those rear seats, remove this cargo area cover for more cargo space. We have the battery charger here. It comes with two adapters. There's one for a regular 110 outlet. That's gonna be okay if you don't drive a lot. This will maybe add like 30, this will maybe add like maybe 40, 50 miles of range overnight. What you really wanna do is you wanna have an electrician install a 220 service at your house or outside where you park your car. This is basically like the same electrical outlet for a dryer. And with this, you'll easily get a full charge overnight. This will add about 20 to 30 miles of range per hour. You have additional storage under here as well. Lots of storage space since we don't have gas tanks and drive shafts and exhaust systems like a conventional internal combustion engine vehicle. And that's the thing with EVs, is you're going from thousands of moving parts of a gas car to dozens. So there's a lot less to service. There's no oil changes, no coolant flushes, no emission control issues, no catalytic converters for people to steal. And with regenerative braking, what it does is it reverses the polarity of the electric motors, turning them into generators. So normally all that heat you lose through braking, it can recapture that kinetic energy and put it back in the battery, making it more efficient. But the nice thing, since it's using the electric motors to slow the vehicle down and brake so often, that the brake pads, the brake life actually lasts a long time. It's not uncommon for EVs to get well over 100,000 miles out of a set of brakes. I was actually watching a video of a Tesla Model 3. Someone bought a 160,000 mile Model 3. They're putting a new battery in it. And I think he was looking at the brakes, and I think the brakes were pretty much original. That's how amazing this regenerative braking is. You can drive with one pedal, being able to modulate the throttle. It is a little bit of a different driving experience than a gas car, but you'll quickly get used to it. And then on top of that, you're going to save money, not just with service, but of course, with electricity versus gas, there's big savings there, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, because in the Pacific Northwest, we get a lot of our energy from hydroelectric. So we have some of the cheapest utility rates in the whole entire country. And quite the opposite, we have some of the highest gas prices. We have high gas taxes in Washington. So sometimes our gas is $1 a gallon more than some other places. You know, $4.50 for regular is not uncommon when I pump gas in my van. Or I have friends in New England, and they say, oh yeah, regular is only $3 a gallon here. So even more so, we can benefit from the savings of an EV, savings on electricity versus gas, and savings on maintenance. Well, thanks so much for joining me in this little walk around of this Polestar 2. I also forgot to mention it has a fully charged range of right around 240 miles, and you can DC fast charge it. So there are plenty of range for daily use, and of course, road tripping with the DC fast charging is no issue at all. We're Scarff Ford. We've been in business over 100 years, proudly serving the greater Seattle-Tacoma area. Located in Auburn, Washington, we sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety of pre-owned vehicles. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. We have more coming out all the time, and we'll see you next time.